says a commenter asked about the Illuminati and if we want to touch on it, from YouTuber Tremel Jackson. Kev, what's your take on the Illuminati?
You know, I've done a fair amount of research about this. I used to teach teen Bible study, and they asked me to do, to talk about it. Here's my thing. I made a video about this. They only put the most successful people in the Illuminati. I don't doubt that the people, let's say Beyonce and JayZ, they're the ones that are usually connected the most. I don't doubt that they have the amount of influence. I just don't want to believe that that Beyonce and JayZ are pulling the strings. I do understand that a lot, especially in Hollywood, powers that be like to send subliminal messages. I just don't want to believe that Beyonce went into a secret room with JayZ and they cut their hand with blood, shook the devil's hand, and said, "For success, we will sell our souls." They said the same thing about Bone Thugs and Harmony, and their career died in 2001. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I don't know. And they put Rihanna in the Illuminati. Rihanna just doesn't seem bright enough to be that. So she could be maybe a puppet, but I can't imagine her being some kind of Illuminati master.
Rihanna can't fit in the Illuminati with all that forehead. You got to have a certain size head to even fit into the organization. And she could get stuck in the door. Pondy River, Pondy River, Pondy River. Umbrella, aye. Jay, what do you think, man? Is the Illuminati real?
Yes. And if I say anything else beyond that, they will take me after the show, so I'm going to stop.
Who's that in your window? Who's that in your window behind you?
That's the see? Hey, as soon as you say some Illuminati, they pop up anywhere. You know what? I do think the Illuminati is real. I do. But here's the thing. I really think that the world is confused about what they really are about. A lot of, I think Christians believe that it is the sign of the New World Order. It's going to be one world government, and it's signs leading to the Antichrist being released on the earth and things like that. Now, listen, I don't know what they do. I do believe they're real. I do believe there's powers that be in this world that do some things. I kind of agree with Kev. I don't believe that after JayZ did his most recent video a few years ago, H to the Izzo, that somebody pulled him into the back room and said, "Now that you did H to the Izzo, we want to give you all this money and fame and drink this blood and go do this thing." I just think people are confused with that. But it's easy to point that way. I do think they're real. I just don't think they're real in the way that people think they are real. There's a lot of myths. There's a lot of things about them. And because it's a secret society and nobody knows for sure, then it's easy to put these stories out there about them and say this about them. So,
is that how you ended it, with the so?
Yeah, because I don't want to say nothing else because there's already a man standing outside of my window.
I didn't know if you were finished. You're like, so, all right. So I think that the Illuminati is not real. I think at one point they may have been. I think that isn't what's going on anymore. And I think that people are wanting to attach messages and things like that to a higher power and stuff like that. I think that if you believe in God and you stay steadfast in your walk with Christ, that you'll understand that nothing can affect you. So even giving power to something that's supposed to be the devil's organization and all that doesn't make sense to me. I don't even think it exists. I think people just point fingers and go, "Oh, JayZ, oh, Beyonce." What if they were just two powerful, successful black people that just had a baby? What if that's just what they were and it wasn't a whole bunch of extra stuff added on it?
I think the same thing, Nate, because I agree with you, because why can't it be that they just worked hard and got to where they have to be?
So you have the take you just had, and then you have that take that's the same as what I just said?
No, I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you what people are trying to say. I do believe the Illuminati is real, but I'm saying that why does JayZ and Beyonce have to be a part of it? That's all I'm asking. Why couldn't they just work hard to get where they're going to get? Look, I don't like how do we tie that into everybody?
They put Will and Jada in the Scientology / swinger / energy church. I know I made it if they say, Kev's in that Illuminati. If they say that, then I know.
That's your litmus test. If they say Kevin's in the Illuminati, you're like, I'm on, baby.
Well, they tried to put LeBron James in the Illuminati recently. I'm like, I mean, give me a break.
You can't fit in there either. People don't understand. Even if it did exist, you can't have no big old forehead to get in the Illuminati. It won't work. You got to be able to get through the triangle. If you can't fit through that, you just be boom, boom, boom. It's not going to happen.
Right. Now, here's the thing, though. The one thing that I know is true is that the powers that be / Hollywood / the people with money, they will use people to get their message across and to buy products. Like, I don't think, that is wrong. Definitely, that part is going on. They talk about that in Hollywood, like you sold your soul. Nate was talking about this with Kevin Hart the other day. He wore a dress, and is Hollywood trying to demasculate the black man by making him wear dresses, so... And we've been in those meetings where they're like, well, do you want to do this? How do you feel about this? And you really got to stand your ground because they'll throw the money at you to make sure you want to do it.
So is that Illuminati or is that just a rich person with an agenda?
I don't know. I think with the agenda, it's kind of like Chappelle's show. Remember when Chappelle was like, man, these white people are trying to do something I'm not trying to do, and they're trying to pay me $50 million to do it. And then once he said no, they painted him as crazy. So is that him? How is that working? I don't know.
I just think that it's somebody with I think it's just people with a personal agenda. Rich people with a personal agenda. Even in Chappelle's case, when Chappelle broke the world record and performed for 6 hours at the Laugh Factory, I was there and he was just talking about it. And people were like, was it Illuminati? And he was just like, listen, I'm not going to put power to that word or that name. I'm just going to say there's people who are in charge at the network that wanted to air stuff I didn't want to air. We had creative differences. And so I said, I'm cool. I left and they aired it anyway. So if you want to see the stuff I had a problem with, go watch season 4, the lost episodes. He didn't even give it all of that. You know what I'm saying? That's us to be like, oh, Illuminati. And I'm looking in the comments now. I got it pulled up. A lot of people are like, it's real. Oh, Illuminati's real and all that. Well, who do you know personally that's in it? Do you got like an uncle or a cousin? Because I need someone to know someone and it to be more than hearsay.
Yeah. And what I was going to say, Nate, I agreed with what you said earlier, man. If you're a Christian and you're worried about these things, put your faith in God. Put your trust in Jesus Christ. That's all you can do. Because the prince of this world is over this world. So stuff that happens in this world, a lot of it we can't control. We can only control what happens in our life and how we live for God. So one, don't be scared of it because we already have the victory in the end. And two, man, don't worry about what you can't control, what everybody else is doing. Make sure you're protecting you and your own family if you really think it's out there like that. Because there are, we wrestle not against flesh and blood. And I'm not going to preach here on my take. But I'm just saying, I'm not going to preach here. But if we want to go to comments, I have a lot of stuff here on the YouTube, Kev. I don't know how the Twitter looks.
Twitter is still drier than Natural Girl Scalp without moisturizer. So go ahead, Jay.
No, don't go ahead. Y'all better get on the Twitter and start tweeting, baby. We using all the networks. We even going to be Instagramming. If y'all want to be jamming, y'all got to get on there. Some of y'all are on the YouTube comments, and there's a lot of them reeling by there. We want to read off the Twitter, too. You want to be heard? You want to shout out? Go there right now. Open up your phone at the same time as you're on YouTube commenting and go to hashtag MyTakeShow and say something. And then Kev will shout you out in the next 3 minutes. Jay, what you got on YouTube, pimp?
Okay, hold on. Going back. Okay, I'm going to start with Kayla Jenkins. Give me a second. My feed won the trip. My take. I think the Illuminati is not real, but all these people throw up signs. Give me 1 second. All these people throw up signs, put things in their videos that look like they are in the Illuminati for publicity. That girl, CC, to Christians. I think it's a distraction from what God would like us to focus on. To the world, it scares the hot sugar out of them that someone may have that power. Raquel, absolutely believe media and government were and continue to be involved in an astounding number of, she's going back to the other topic, so I'll read it since I'm already there. Astounding number of incarceration of African Americans and other minoritized groups. I do not, however, choose to ignore the fact that we are failing our children by allowing music and media to play a bigger role in their lives than it should. We are the parents. At the end of the day, we have to step up and teach our children right from wrong and stop allowing the TV and internet to raise them. Yeah, I have several more, Nate. If you want me to keep going, I can read 2 or 3 more.
I think that you should keep going, man. This is some pretty juicy stuff. But
okay,
in between them, just to keep it interesting, we should just make some kind of sound or something so we know when you're in between each one.
Got you. Well, when I go through the next one, I'm trying to read the name of the person. Here's the next one. One Del Ron on the YouTube comments. I believe music influences people to do things to an extent. I used to listen to gangster rap in high school, but I knew not to cross my line because of my environment and parents. Juiciana on the YouTube. Nate put it perfect. I love the Lord, and that's where my spiritual power goes. I'm not going to judge JayZ and Beyonce based on what people who do not know them say. When y'all blow up, are y'all going to say Illuminati? No, we're not, Juiciana. Peterson Cut is the next one from YouTube. The Illuminati is a secret organization comprised of several of the world's most powerful heroes. Dr. Strange, Black Bolt, Charles Xavier, Reed Richards, Namor the Submariner, and Iron Man. The Illuminati is real just like the devil. And those are some from YouTube. If you guys have some more that was funny, we're live here on My Take, and that was your YouTube comments. What's up? Make sure you guys jump on the Twitter like Nate said.
I got a couple of Twitter comments on the hashtag MyTakeShow. Big Red, shout out to Big Red saying the host and family is doing their thing. Inside, Mr. RH3. He's really always on here. My boy Caleb Christian, Stanky116, Stanky Leg. He says, why are we even talking about the Illuminati stuff? That's a good question, Caleb. We're talking about it because one of the YouTube commenters asked us about it, but it always seems to come up. It always seems to come up.
I have some too. Somebody, Cheryl Ray Reed, Sugar Ray says, y'all would do the episode when I'm trying to get on the road. Humph. Well, what we're trying to do is get some consistency and do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern time, and whatever the heck time that is in the mountains. But you guys will have some consistency. The good thing is if you do miss it, it'll still go up. You can watch it right when it airs and feel like it's live. Even leave your comments on it like it's live. We sure would appreciate it. And also, please share it. Share it so you can be like, this is what I watched live today at 12. And then bring a friend. That way more and more people watch it. Send your link to your homegirl, your mama, your cousin, your daddy, and say, watch this with me tomorrow at noon, and let's watch some different takes on some interesting stories.
All right, before we move, it's Stanky Leg 116. My bad, homie. I'm going to go ahead and send you this pair of panties that's signed. I'm going to sign it for you and send it to you. Stanky Leg 116 gets the chef's panties before we move on.